Hi, everybody. This is Todd from the Table Ready podcast, and we are having a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're trying to get this straightened up. We have some sound, but we are trying some new things, so we're just testing this out. Just want to let you know we are going to be going over some of the things, the stuff that came out in Warhammer in 2024. And we're going to go over some wish list stuff for stuff that we're hoping for in 2025. So if you want to hang out and listen, or if you got anything to chime in on, we're going to move forward from here. As long as everything sounds okay. So in the beginning of 2024, and I'm just going to go over the codexes. I don't want to go over all the specific models and stuff like that. I think that would certainly make this a much lengthier episode. So, excuse me, what we're going to do is move forward with the codexes that were released in 2024. Of course, we are going to start with the Dark Angels to start off with. You can see it in the background. Oops, this side in the background. That is the first codex supplement for the Space Marine Codex. And everything, of course, that came out with a gang of good models, a bunch of new stuff. And then after that, or actually like right around the same time, Orcs came out. And of course, that really changed the way that Orcs were played. Definitely set up some new stuff and the different detachments that they added with that. After that was the Custodes and the Tau, and of course that was just wow, what an upgrade to the game itself. Custodes, they definitely balanced those out. I'm sorry. The Custodes, they only came out with a few number of detachments, but really kind of a lot of fluffy stuff, but not a lot of actual improvements to their army list. Okay, and Raven says that we're sounding good, so we're just going to keep going. Thank you so much for checking it. Then, of course, the Tau came out, and of course, with the Tau came that amazing Kroot box set, all new models for the Kroot. Just some exciting stuff there, especially if you were looking forward to the Kroot. And of course, a little bit later, the Vespids came out. They were a kill team unit, but I know people were really looking forward to the Vespids. I'm kind of more of a mech, the mech style suits for Tau, but the Kroot are okay. They definitely have a chance of giving you some melee, and of course the Vespids are flying troops. They're very handy. Chaos Space Marines came out. And of course, Chaos Space Marines is the one that really kind of turned everything on its head. A lot of good detachments, a lot of good gameplay opportunities with them. They really kind of pushed the envelope with them very much. From the cultist spam to the different types of, the machine detachments and stuff like that, just like they did in the standard Space Marine Codex. That was definitely a good hit. Of course, those Night Lord models that came out right around that same time, of course, were gorgeous. If you wanted to play Night Lords, I think they were spot on for what they were. After that was the Gene Stealer Cults and the Adeptus Sororitas. Of course, Gene Stealer Cults, they're having a time of it on 10th edition. The index was amazing. The codex came out and they kind of fell on their face a little bit. Couple upgrades, and of course they just got that new rebalancing in the data slate, which really made them amazing. I'm really glad that they kind of got that upgrade for them. The Adeptus Sororitas, they got some great detachments. They did get that Canoness with the jump pack, which I think everybody's kind of wanted for a couple editions now, so that was definitely a good upgrade for them. Then a couple of things that we weren't really expecting, the Agents of the Imperium, or maybe we were. I guess some people were. The Agents of the Imperium book got a lot of slack when it came out. The detachments were a little weak. To be honest with you, I think it's fun. I don't know that it's super competitive, but especially for, just throwing in all those assassins into one group, and then, their special, the downfall of them, of course, was that their special army-wide rule was they can side with other units, which was cool. That was definitely an interesting thing, but I think it really kind of hurt them as an entire faction. I would kind of like to see that army rule change just a little bit. But that's wish list. That should go on the 2025 list. Considering I wasn't expecting what they were going to come out with at that time. And of course, the other thing that they kind of really stepped on the toes of Deathwatch and kind of just rolled them into that book. I know that kind of hurt a lot of people, especially those Deathwatch players, going from a full index detachment, moving into just kind of a beaten up, separated part of a different codex. Definitely wasn't what they were expecting. But I do hope that during the December season, they kind of updated those. So I guess there is a whole new index back out for them. I haven't really spoke to anybody that plays Deathwatch to see how they are enjoying it. It does look interesting. It's hard for me to specifically review it. I know there was, and that I think the reason why they kind of pulled it back was because there was this strange feeling of they mixed a lot of armors and stuff like that, and mixed a lot of rules together, different movement speeds and armor types, and it really unless you knew how to deal with it, I don't think that it really kind of mixes well with 10th edition. But anyway, I do like what they did in the Agents of Chaos, or Agents of the Imperium. I do like what they did there. I like that they really kind of brought all those units together so you could play them as a codified force. I thought it was really good. I'm slowly working on my Ordo Hereticus box set. I did build the emulator and I built the agents themselves, but I'm kind of fumbling on what to make the standard trooper guys, if I want to make them the Arbites or whatever. So I'm just gonna go through and try to work on that and try to make that a little better. So that's part of my 2025 resolution. I'm not going to say resolution because I'm either going to keep it or I'm not. Truth be told, there's a lot of models, a lot of units coming out. And we'll get to that in just a little bit, but there's a couple armies that are coming out in 2025 that definitely piqued my interest, and we'll see what they come out with and how things get restructured. as to what I need to update. But again, let's finish 2024. Last thing ish that I wanted to bring up was the Blood Angels. The Blood Angels came out. They definitely came out with a lot of a new look for them. Um yeah the Sanguinar Guard definitely are models that everybody kind of felt bad about because they lost their wings. Or they didn't lose them. They got really tiny little Primaris wings. I always liked the wings. I thought they were really cool looking. I thought they were very unique. And that's one of the things that I always liked about all the Divergent Space Marine armies is the look that you got with each of them. You know, the Dark Angels have all their robes and their incense burners and stuff like that, where, you know, the Space Wolves always have their their wolf cloaks and their totems and stuff like that, their wolf tooth necklaces. And of course, you know, the Blood Angels always had the chalice, the blood chalice, and then of course they always had um the blood drops and the wings on everything, you know, because they are just like the Dark Angels or Angels of Death. So that of course was the last of the codexes that came out for 2024. Of course there's a couple video games that came out, and the only one that I'm really going to hit on is of course Space Marine 2. Now, if you get a chance to play it, that's all I'm going to say. It's an experience. If you can get some friends together to play 3-man squads, it's great. I guess there's some good updates with that, where they're going to be up to 6-man squads for PvP. So they are talking about that. I don't remember. I think Bolt Gun also came out this year. And that was a lot of fun. And of course, you know, my favorite thing that came out in 2024 was the Table Ready podcast. We started in February and started with, you know, a microphone and my laptop, and just kind of came on here and started talking about crap that maybe I didn't have any right to talk about. But I certainly enjoy coming on here and talking to you guys about everything that's going on. So we are going to be a year old in February, and that's amazing. We haven't missed an episode. I did try to keep that every other week schedule. I'm still working on, and we're going to work on it starting this year. Is we're going to schedule when we do the live streams. This way I can just jump on here and talk to you guys, and you guys can show up and we can maybe have a better conversation about what's going on. I know that's the one thing that's been a heel in my side about the whole thing is the fact that, you know, it's hard to get a schedule going and a routine going at the right time. So we're going to work on that. I think it's looking like I'm going to try to get on every Thursday for a little bit. Maybe off weeks we'll do gaming, or we'll do painting, or whatever kind of hits the mood. We are going to be doing more games in 2025, so keep an eye out for that. I do also want to do maybe some tutorial work and stuff like that, because to be honest with you, my group hasn't played as much as I would like to in 10th edition, and I really kind of want to fix that up. So again, we did do a test battle the week between Christmas and New Year's. If you caught that on Twitch, great. If you didn't, I archived it on YouTube, and I think once I put a good copy of a battle report out, I might put that one out as like a B-roll for our pilot episode. It was like 2.5 hours long, which I definitely want to cut it down, try to get towards that hour mark. The hard part is, I'm not sure how to do that. So I'm going to try and fix some of the stuff. Maybe we can get some timing and some editing in there to make these things happen in a better time frame, so we can put those on Facebook or on YouTube. Oh, we can put it on Facebook too. I don't know how many people are going to watch hour-long videos on Facebook. And again, like I said, I'm going to try and get maybe some paint time on TikTok, as long as TikTok stays around, or whatever. We're definitely going to work some stuff out and get some a little more interaction. That's my goal for 2025. So, speaking of moving forward to 2025, they did release a roadmap for 2025. And of course, that's pretty exciting. I brought it up here and I lost it. Oh wait, there it is. Okay. So what they're really talking about right now is, if you go to the image of the roadmap on 2025, there's not a whole lot there. Okay. So, but the things that are there for 2025 is the ones that are really going to kick me in the rear. Okay. Astra Militarum. I have a pretty extensive guard army. I don't play it as much as I want to, but mostly because I enjoy playing my other armies just that little bit more. But I do really want to play some more Astra Militarum. They really kind of got the 9th edition hit, as they were the last codex to come out in 9th edition, and it was only 6 months before the edition changed. So, and of course, when it released in, like, I think the box set came out in December, the codex didn't actually come out till like February. At that point, they were already talking about 10th edition, so it really kind of put me off on it. The Imperial Knights are also on that list, and I'm going to say probably not too long after the Imperial Knights is going to be the Chaos Knights. I don't know if there's going to be big changes to the Knights. My favorite parts about the Knights, and I have just one Crusader that I magnetize the arms for, so it could be an Errant or a Paladin or whatever. They have the thing about playing the Knights is you want to put these big models on the table. I'm totally on board with that. I do hope that they're going to come up with some little guys, so you're not, bringing, allying in some units from a different army, just so you have some scoring units. It would be nice that if they had a nice level playing field where we could have an idea of what the Knights really bring to battle. Now, of course, anybody that remembers, the Knights were originally a add-on to the AdMech, so maybe we could have another pair up there where you could have like AdMech units, like Scutaria Rangers or Vanguard or something like that. Or, maybe they just pair well with the Agents of the Imperium. But lore-wise, it seems so blah. It just doesn't feel as well as it does with the AdMech. But I guess to each their own. I mean, to be honest with you right now, if I got my Agents of the Imperium done, I only have like maybe 700-800 points. They're still an ally force at that point. Even with my 4th edition assassins that I have, I mean, they're just not that. I just don't have enough units at this point. Again, but I hope to put in maybe some Grey Knight Terminators or something like that. That would be kind of really like beef up the agents that I do have. But I gotta buy them, and the Grey Knight Terminators are also very old. So, hopefully when the Codex comes out, jumping ahead of here a little bit, when their Codex comes out, hopefully they'll get a little bit of love. Now back to what they actually announced. They also announced that the Eldari Codex is coming out. It does look like the Harlequins are still going to be swamped in with them, which is okay. Especially for me, I have 2 troops, Harlequin troops, and a couple jet bikes and one of their vehicles, so I don't really have enough to really play around with them anyways. The aspect warriors that they showed off in the reveal, I mean, I've been playing Eldar since 2nd edition. The fact that there's going to be a Warp Spider Exarch, if they put them in a box set, I'm buying it. There's no other way to put it. I'm gonna buy that box set. The Fire Dragons look amazing. The Swooping Hawks look amazing. The other Phoenix Lords that they showed pictures of, Fuegan and was it Baharath? Amazing. I mean, I always liked the Eldar because they were so unique in their style. So I'm really looking forward to those new models coming out. And of course, I'm not going to dwell on Eldar anymore because I could spend a whole episode on it. But what I really want to do is move on. And of course, the other thing that everybody kind of got the debut for, of course, was Emperor's Children. So in their section on their roadmap, it says, plus more codexes, big names, special chaos treats. This is definitely the special chaos treats. The new Fulgrim miniature. I like it. I like it a lot. Here's the thing I have to say, and do what you want with it. I don't dislike the model, but the thing that I think is if they wouldn't have put the 30K, the Horus Heresy version of Fulgrim out before this guy, I would probably love this miniature a whole lot more. Again, it's a different vision. It's a different scheme. There's nothing negative to say because it's actually a really amazing sculpt. But the fact of the matter is I just want it to be more like the 30K one. And again, it is what it is. I'm not an Emperor's Children person. Out of all the Chaos Legions, I would kind of like to paint Emperor's Children. I think it would be fun. the color scheme's really nice. It's very, it's available. It's fun to play with. The colors are great. I think you could do a lot with it. Um, that Fulgrim miniature again is amazing, and just today they put up the shadow, the silhouette of Lucius. If it looks as good as Fulgrim, I'm going to be happy with it. Um, I'm hoping they get better than the half an army treatment that World Eaters got. But then again, all the cult chaos armies are about the same. They're all missing troops that could kind of flesh them out. Um, but we'll see. Emperor's Children are coming out, probably coming out, I would say before the summer if I had to post a guess. Um, so that's gonna actually, we'll just roll that right into what's next on the list. Other stuff that we're hoping that comes out, to be honest with you, in my opinion, I hope that they do all the casts, cults, and soon. I play Thousand Suns. It's got a lot of custom models that I kind of worked on. And to be honest with you, I have one squad of Rubric Marines to paint, and I'm kind of like on the fence about whether I should paint them or not, just because I don't want to have none of them left to paint. And everybody complains about Rubric Marines. Look, to be honest with you, what I do, and let's see. I'm bringing the Mauler Fiend out again, just because he's got bigger blocks. So what I do, these guys get sprayed. Let me bring them into focus here. These guys get sprayed the metallic color, and then I block paint the blue inside, and then just clean up the like the I want to say overspray, but it's paintbrush. So they're actually really easy to paint for me, because it's just block painting. It's kind of like, like um like a color page, like just color within the lines. So I don't want to have nothing left to paint for Thousand Suns, so I haven't finished them. I do have a full, actually probably like 2,300 points as it stands right now, army of Thousand Suns, so I have more than enough to play with. If I finish that third squad of Rubric Marines, I will actually be to the point where I could sub out Magnus, not play him. That's going to be a hard game to play, though. But I can. That would be nice. I would have enough models that I could sub him in and out. Death Guard. Death Guard could use a codex. I'm not really sure what models they could use. Anything that would really update them. They really are just well-rounded at this point. I'm sure a Death Guard player would argue with me, but I really think that they're pretty square. World Leaders need the units that they're missing. They need their Terminators. They need a little more specialized units to kind of just round, or non-specialized units. I mean, just some more of the tanks and stuff like that. If you could have them, it would be really cool if you brought some of the demon engines back that were in the original Epic. The Tower of Skulls, the Brass Scorpion. Please, you want me to play World Eaters? Give me a Brass Scorpion. If they release a Brass Scorpion, I will buy a Brass Scorpion and I will paint it. And I'll paint it on here. I will paint it on stream if there was one. because I think that I always loved the Brass Scorpion. It was such an amazing model. So that's Chaos. Chaos Demons, they are going to get that upgrade too. Um, I think they need a little balancing. I think as a full army, they're great. I think the only way you're going to play them is um, with Bellicor or a bunch of the big demons right now. That's like the big way to play them. I would love to see them have an ability that you could just spawn in regular demons over and over and over and over. Even have like a special like the Noctilith Gate, right? If they had the Noctilith Gate, you could just keep spawning in little demons. That would be tons of fun for them. But again, I have some siege demons to go with my Thousand Suns, but that's all I have. So I would love to get a Lord of Change. I don't know. He's kind of expensive just as an ally, so I don't know how much use I would get out of him. But that's another one of those models that I would love to paint. So let's see. Other than that, let's do the. There's really only 2 Xenos that we really need yet. That's Leagues of Votann, and they need more units cut down. Drukhari, I would love to see Drukhari. They could use, some of their units could use a little glow up. Again, the people that I know that play Drukhari play them well. The models are always painted beautifully. I know some of them are getting a little dated, but I think it's okay. So I'm hoping that they get a little something. Maybe lean into witches more. That would be kind of cool. Or maybe get like, what were they called? The 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 Beastmaster hosts or something like that. Get some of those back. The Sliths or the Medusas. It would be really cool to have those back in the game again. I mean, maybe they still are, but nobody plays them. And then, I mean, the last thing that's left is the Imperium. The 2 divergent chapters that are left, Black Templars. Black Templars, really, the model-wise, they kind of got everything they need. I'm certainly not going to argue anything. I'm sure Black Templars players are probably jumping up and down saying, we could use this. These models are old. I'm sure. Really, they have the host of the whole Space Marine army. I think they're in pretty good shape. I don't know. And of course the other one's the Space Wolves. The one thing that I really would like to see out of the Space Wolves Codex, make Wolfguard awesome. I mean, Wolfguard Terminators, Wolfguard the veterans, make them do something. Wolfguard are such an amazing, they have such amazing lore, and they have all the captains have all the sagas and stuff like that. Make the Wolfguard are the oldest, shy of the Longfangs. Don't hate me, Space Wolf players. I'm trying to be lore accurate. But the Wolfguard are the bodyguard of the wolf captains. Make them special. The Sanguinary Guard are special. The Deathwing Knights are special. You know what I'm saying? Like they all have these special rules for the veterans. Bring those up to bring Wolfguard up to that. I mean, bring those Wolfguard with those amazing wolf axes and there's not a Space Wolf player alive that won't jump on that. So that's what I would like to see. Space Wolves could use some model refreshes. They could use some more upgrade sprues. I mean, the Wolfguard upgrade sprue is kind of at this point. I mean, there's some good pieces and stuff like that, but like if you're playing Space Wolves, you're playing Space Wolves for those amazing characters. You know, you get that. And again, like all of them have these sagas, these huge backstories to them, and this amazing lore. And I think that would be really great if they really had that better rule for them. Because the Space Wolves, the current one now has, or last version of them that worked, you kind of had to work for all your special rules. Like, these guys should have, like, they should be able to do epic challenges for free, or, you know, for a cheaper cost, or more movement for them, or more accessibility to this amazing part of their story. Like, they want to defeat people in close combat. Let's make them fight in close combat. So that's my rant about Space Wolves. I think that, you know, we really could be doing better things with them. And especially the saga, the saga of the Space Wolves. That's such a strong part of their story and why you'd want to play them. Really need to kind of dive into that, and I think it could really be amazing. And I'm going to tell you, like, when I started playing 40K, my cousin was the one that introduced me into 40K. And if he wouldn't have been playing Space Wolves, I would have a Space Wolf book behind me and a Space Wolf army on those shelves up there instead of the Dark Angels. So I have a lot of love for Space Wolves, even though I don't play them. So that being said, the last codex that needs updating, at least as far as I know here, is the Grey Knights. And Grey Knights just need a model refresh. I mean, I'm sure what I would like to see is if they got a Redemptor style Rifleman Dreadnought. Wouldn't that be the best unit that they could come up with for the Grey Knights? Anybody that's played 7th edition knows or fears the Rifleman Dreadnought from the Grey Knights in that edition. So, I mean, I think that's it. Like, some of their models are a little older. They could use a refresh. I mean, the Grey Knight Terminators are probably the smallest Terminators that are left, I think. I think even the Chaos ones got updated since the Grey Knights did. So, but that's my wish list. If I could get like a Redemptor style Rifleman Dreadnought, like not the Ballistas, but like the actual like dual autocannon or quad autocannon, however you want to say it, or even just different variations. I think that would be an amazing jump for them. I mean, other than that, I mean, they're such an elite army and they have a good amount of units out there. That's about it. I mean, I can't really think of anything else that they would need. But that would be a lot of fun. They could use some character updates too, I'm sure. So that's what I'm looking forward to. As far as what's coming out, what codexes need to come out next. After that, like I said, personal goals. I'm going to work on this Order of Hereticus box. We're going to get some more stuff painted. I have some more Sisters of Battles back there. You can probably see it on the shelf here. And we even have the special character to paint up. And I think we're going to do kind of like a custom color scheme. My wife really likes purple. So I think we're going to do them in like maybe like blacks and purples or maybe whites and purples. I haven't really balanced it out yet. There's a good chance I might just take the special character and paint it up and see what I like. But other than that, that's it for me for this week. Actually, yeah, that's about it for me for this week. We're going to, like I said, we're going to be recording every other week. Try for every Thursday on Twitch. I'm going to try to get it scheduled so that I can just walk down here, press play or press record or go or whatever you want to, whatever I press here. I know I press the button and it says, but I can't remember what it says. And we're going to get this stuff out there. We try to do some hangouts and paint some models and maybe do some walkthroughs on rules changes and stuff like that. But look forward to it. We're going to try to get on here at least every other Thursday, if not every Thursday, if I can help it. And then we're going to go from there. All right. So, again, I'm Todd. You can find me here, podcast, YouTube. They all come out on Tuesdays. We're going to Twitch on Thursdays, which means I'm going to have more time to edit in between. We also do Lake Clan Legends on the weekends. We're going to try to get that for a solid Saturday at, I don't know. I'm trying to get my kids at a time. They're teenagers. They got a lot of stuff going on. There's Roblox. There's Sea of Thieves and stuff like that. We're getting into teenager years, so sometimes the angst is stronger than the game. You know what I'm saying? But we are going to try to schedule that so we can do that every weekend, Saturday, Sunday, whatever we figure out. And then I am working on notes for Bounty Hunting Across the Galaxy. We are planning to get a second episode out for Star Wars Podcast Day, so you can check us out there. And we're working on doing those live on YouTube, which I need to work on too. So thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me. If you're catching this on Twitch, please subscribe or follow rather. If you're going to watch on YouTube, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when new videos come up. Right now they are going to be on Tuesdays. I'm going to try and clip these, try to get some shorts out of them, and see what we can do. And then, of course, Lake Clan Legends, they go up every Thursday. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. We're going to do more every week. Try to do more and more and more. 2025 is going to be our year. I'm going to try to figure out something to do our 1-year anniversary. Can't make any promises yet, but it's coming. I swear to you, it's coming. So everybody that's here and hanging out, thanks for watching. And if not, I will catch you on the podcast and have a great day.